Right, still to come, putting the U in the EU. Brussels on the charm offensive to rebrand the European Union. This is parliamentary elections start next week. How's that going to work? We'll find out. Now, 9 days, I know you're excited, Jules, 9 days and counting before the EU parliamentary elections kick off on the 22nd. All EU citizens will be able to head to the voting booth to elect 751 members of the European Parliament for the next 5 years. Voting turnouts, though, for previous elections have been fairly poor, as people have tended to use their EU vote as a protest against their own respective governments. That, however, might change as the EU looks to revamp their image with a marketing firm to gain popularity. The head of that firm is Nicholas de Santos, President and Secretary General of Gold Mercury International, joins us now, tasked with the job of repositioning the EU brand effectively.
Yes.
But you haven't been hired by the EU. Are you doing this on your own bat, or...?
Well, we're an independent think tank,
right,
and we're launching the Brand EU Center because we can see that the management of the EU brand is not managed at all. And we need a strong brand for Europe, and we need to really create a strong identity for Europe. This is why all these Eurosceptic attacks are so easy, is because Europe doesn't have a strong brand.
How do you do that? What are you going to try and do? You're going to try and basically resell the EU and sell its importance. What is important about the EU
well,
to citizens?
If you see what's going on in the world, there's countries that are, like in Spain, Catalonia wants to leave Spain, and we have the Scottish referendum coming up. There's an identity issue in Europe going on at the moment. So the brand EU becomes even more important because, and it's not a cosmetic redesign of the brand, it's more about telling people the truths about Europe, explaining them what Europe is doing for them, and also show them that other nations believe in the European Union and they want it to continue.
Isn't that something, though, that needs to be done at the national level and not at a more broad level? If you're going to communicate a message like that, it has to be down at the very granular level, surely.
Yes, you just hit on one of the key problems that we have with the brand of Europe, is national governments will never go to their citizens and sell them the brand of Europe, because they use Europe also as a scapegoat for the national problems.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the problems we have, that nation states are not actually in charge of the brand of Europe. And it seems also that Brussels is not doing a very good job with it. So that's why we believe...
Isn't it also a bit late? We're 1 week away now, just over 1 week away from the European elections. And also, if you look across countries in Europe, they're saying that the time for more Europe, in essence, is over. So you're kind of too late on both points.
Well, the time for Europe is actually now. If you see what's going on with the Ukraine and the EU standing firm together, so it's not individual nations going to talk to Putin, it's the EU as a whole, with the US going to talk to Putin, so we need the EU. In terms of being too late, no, I think it's a question of understanding what the problem of branding of the EU is. The elections that are happening now are critical for Europe. As you know, the turnout of elections has been going down in every election. So what we have here is an identity problem. So people do not understand the EU. We need to create a strong brand.
What do you, when people ask you, what is the EU, right? Because this is the problem. We don't know what the EU is. What is your answer? Clarify what the EU is.
The EU is a hybrid between a federation and an international organization, but that is not exciting.
But what does it stand for? What does it mean?
Yeah, but go for it. Give me the exciting line.
The exciting bit, the most exciting bit, and the reason why we at Gold Mercury are passionate about Europe is because it has managed to maintain peace for the last 70 years. Imagine the Ukrainian issue without the EU. Imagine what happened in Yugoslavia only 20 years ago with massacres and genocides. So Europe is still a volatile area of the world. And the EU has maintained peace, which is still something that is critical and we should not forget. That's, for me, if you said to me, why should we keep the EU, that's number one.
And look at the pushback that we got when we won the Nobel Peace Prize. Look at the pushback.
Exactly.
There's a massive message here. We have to say thank you and goodbye. Great to chat to you, Nicholas de Santos
Brand EU,
Gold
up and
Mercury
running.
International. More on that Pfizer hearing right after the break. We're going to be...
Plus, a countdown to the US hour as well. See you in a few moments.